Hello, students of class 3. A warm welcome to you to General Knowledge class. Well, myself, I am Utili radio tutor Miss Kahuliwotsa, and I will be teaching you General Knowledge subject. So, in today's class, I will be discussing with you about the community helpers. It is on chapter 16, page number 25 in your textbook, Wings of Knowledge. So in this lesson, I will be discussing with you what are community helpers and who are the community helpers, why community helpers are important, and why do we need these community helpers. So students, we cannot do everything by ourselves. Yes or no? We cannot do everything by ourselves. We need people to help us to carry out our daily activities. We need someone to help us in our day-to-day life. Yes or no? Students, can you build a house, a big building by yourself? Yes or no? Or can you drive a car? Yes or no? Can you drive a car or not? No. Or can you mend your shoes if it is torn? Or can you stitch your clothes if it is torn? Or can you grow your crops in the field? Yes or no? Myself, I cannot do anything and I cannot do any of these things. And I know that even you also, you cannot do all these things by yourself. There are some or the other peoples who work for us and who help us to do these kinds of works. And different peoples do different works. Yes or no? Wait, I will show you some of the examples of the people who helps us. So these are baker, barber, doctor, firefighter, farmer, lawyer, postman, nurse, policeman, a soldier, and a teacher. So these are the people who helps us in our daily life. And these peoples are also called as the helpers of our society. So on the usual days when you go to school, you used to meet different people and you see them doing different works. Yes or no? Every day you meet your friends, you meet your teachers, and you also meet different people. So in a school, a teacher help us to read and write. Yes or no? A teacher help us to read and write and also helps us to learn the new things. And even you can see a gardener in your schools planting the flowers and keeping the garden or taking care of the gardens and taking care of the plants by watering the plants too. And even the watchman in the school, after you left your school and go back to your home, a watchman used to watch the school by taking care of the school property. And even you can see the helper in your school, the sweeper in your school, sweeping your classrooms and also cleaning your classrooms or the floors in your school. Yes or no? And even the bus driver, you also meet the bus driver who drives you safely from your home to your school and also used to drop you to your home back. Yes or no? But now you are staying at home, but there are also some of the people who is helping you at home, who used to help you by providing some or the other kind of services in your life, in your daily life, that is every day. You can see a milkman delivering a milk to your home, and you can even meet a postman delivers you a letter or a parcels. Yes or no? And suppose if you are about to send a letter to your friends, a postman used to come and deliver and get the letter from you and deliver that letters to your friends. And even at home also, if your electric wires got a problem, you used to call an electrician, or an electrician used to come to your home and helps you by fixing these electric wires and other machines too. So, as I have told you, we cannot do everything by ourselves. Many people help us to do different kinds of works, and they help us to makes our life easy and very comfortable. And these different peoples works in different places. So let us now learn what are community helpers. Community helpers are the people who work and help the community by making our life very easy and comfortable. Community helpers are the people who works or help our community. And these people who helps our community are called as a community helpers. Such as I have told you, a policeman, a doctor, a postman, teacher, nurse. And these peoples are also called as a helpers of our society, because these peoples you can see here in the picture, such as a doctor, a soldier, a sweeper, a barber, a firefighter or a fireman, a baker, etc. This help us and this help our community to make our life very easy and comfortable. So, why are community helpers important? Community helpers are very important because they keep the community safe and healthy. And these community helpers also make the life better for the people living in the community. Community helpers are very important because they keep the community safe and healthy. I'm repeating again. They also make the life better for the people living in the community. So let us discuss in details about the community helpers. So a carpenter, you can see here a carpenter. A carpenter is a person who helps us by making the furnitures using the woods. A carpenter helps us by making a table, chair, bed, and so many things. Doors and windows in your house also, it is made by the carpenter. And the main tool of the carpenter is hammer and saw. I'm sorry, it's saw. So a carpenter use a tool such as a hammer and a saw. Next is a doctor. You can see the doctor wearing a white coat, using and even the stethoscopes around his neck and checking the temperature of a child. Can you see or not? It's a doctor. D-O-C-T-O-R, doctor. So a doctor is a person who makes us to feel better when we are sick. A doctor is a person, he is a community helper that help us to feel better when we are sick. When we are sick, we go to the hospital and we consult the doctor. A doctor used to give us medicines and it helps us to cure our sickness. Yes or no? Next is a farmer. A farmer is a person who grows crops, and these crops provide us the food. Next is a plumber. A plumber is a person who fix or repair the leak water taps, or they also used to fix. They used to fix or repair the water taps and the water piping in our home. The tool of a plumber includes a screwdriver. You can see there. Next is a postman. A postman is a person who delivers us a letter. A postman works in a post office. Where does a postman work? A postman works in a post office. You can see the postman carrying a bag and putting a letter on the letter box. So a postman is a person who delivers us a letter or even the parcels too. A postman Suppose when you are about to send a letter to your friends who is residing in the other village or other city, you used to call the postman, and the postman used to come to your home and collect that letters or a parcels and delivers that letter or parcels to your friend. I'm repeating again, a postman works in a post office. Next is a teacher. A teacher is also a community helper. A teacher helps us to read, write, and also learn so many things. A teacher teaches children in the school. Next is a cobbler. A cobbler is a person who mends our shoes. If our shoes are torn, we used to go to the cobbler shops, and the cobbler help us by repairing or mending our shoes and sandals. Next is a tailor. A tailor is a person who helps us by stitching or mending our old clothes and stitching a new clothes for us. A tailor works in a tailor shops. The tailor uses a thread, a needle, and a sewing machine for stitching our new clothes. Next is a policeman. A policeman is a community helper. A policeman helps us by catching the thieves and helping us to stay safe. A policeman is a person who helps us by catching the thieves and also helping us to stay safe in our locality. A policeman works in a police station. Fireman. A fireman is a person who puts out the fire. When a fire broke out, a fireman used to come and using the fire extinguishers, they used to put off the fire. A fireman is also called as a firefighter. Don't get confused with the fireman and the firefighter. Both the firemen and the firefighters, they used to work in a fire station. Barber. Barber is a person who helps us. A barber cuts our hairs and also grooms our hair. They make us a stylish hair look also. A barber works in a salon or in a barber shop. The main tools of a barber is a scissor. Okay, remember that. Next is a gardener. A gardener is a person who grows plants in the garden, who also looks after the garden. The next one is a sweeper. A sweeper is a person. He is a community helper who help us by sweeping the streets and the roads in our locality, and the sweepers help us by keeping our surrounding and our locality neat and clean. The sweeper use a broom to sweep the streets and the floor, and even the roads too. You can see there on the picture a sweeper sweeping the roads by keeping the surrounding neat and clean. Baker. Baker is a person who helps us by baking a delicious and a yummy cakes, cookies, pastries, and a biscuits. A baker works in a bakery. Driver. Driver is also a person who drives a bus or a car, a vehicles. Drivers also take us for a ride on the bumpy road. Milkman. Milkman also help us by delivering the milk to our homes. A milkman works in a milk dairy. Remember that. A milkman works in a milk dairy. A watchman. A watchman is also one of the most important community helpers. A watchman plays a very important life in our community because a watchman watch our locality at night by keeping us and helping us to stay safe. A nurse is also called as a community helpers, and nurse also used to assist the doctors when we go to the hospital. When we are sick, we used to go to the hospital, so a nurse assists the doctors, and the nurse used to attend the patients, and they sometimes gives us a medicine. They take care, a nurse take care of us when we are in a hospital. So from the above discussions, I hope you all are clear that the community helpers such as a watchman, a doctor, a barber, a gardener, a nurse, etc. These peoples are called as a community helpers, and they are also called as a community helpers of our society, such as a doctor help us when we are sick. A firefighter help us when there is a fire. A teacher teaches the school. A policeman keeps the community safe. A postman delivers letters to our friends. Oh, I'm forgetting to tell you about the mechanic. A mechanic is a person who fixes our vehicles if our vehicles or a car got a problem. So now you know most of the community helpers, and I hope that you can decide which community helpers you want to be when you grow up. So we have come to the end of the discussions, but I want to probe you some questions. I want you to think. So, who is the person that works in the hospital and treat the sick peoples and also help them to feel better? Who is that person? It's a doctor, yes or no? Next is, who is the person that works in a fire station and they put out the fire? If the fire broke out in your locality, who is that person that used to come and put off the fire? It's a firefighter, yes or no? So let us recap the lessons. Okay, so a doctor is a person who treats the sick people, and a policeman catch the thieves, and a firefighter puts out the fire, and a soldier protects our country. A teacher teaches the students. Ma'am have got one activity for you. You can see there that is an activity. You have to match the following. So on the first row, you can see the pictures, and in the next one, on the next one, you can see the names of our community helpers. So the first one is a soldier, number 2 is a policeman, and the third one is a doctor, a fourth one is a firefighter. So can you solve this? Ma'am have got the answers for you. So this is the answer. Next activity is that you have to circle these tools or the items that the community helpers do. So the first one is what is the first one? A first one is a soldier. So a soldier uses a gun. The next one is a teacher. A teacher tool is a book. And the third one is a farmer. A farmer tool is a spade. You can see there. Ma'am have also got this activity for you. So students, I hope you all are clear with the above discussions, and I hope that you can able to solve your activity, the exercise which is given on your textbook, page number 25. And I hope that you can able to solve your exercise independently by yourself. I have also got the answers for you, so try to do this. Thank you for tuning. Stay safe and see you on the next class.